At least I tried. Those three words will absolutely change your life. Because more often than not, we stop ourselves before we even try. Today I'm at the gym and there's this girl who walks in, and I think to myself, you know what? I'm going to say something. Now, for whatever reason, whenever I go over and talk to people, it doesn't typically go well. But when they come over and talk to me, it goes well. But I was saying this to myself, and I'm thinking, I should probably just wait until she says something first. But that's a very passive way to go about your life, just waiting for things to come to you rather than you taking an initiative towards what you want. Whether that be this girl's cute, I want to get her number, whether that be I want this job opportunity, whether it be I want to boost my grades, whatever. So I go over and I say, "Hey, my name's Lawrence. What's yours?" She just looks at me and I said to myself, "Okay, I'll take that as a sign she doesn't want to talk." And then I just finished my workout and left out. But even though I may have made a bit of a fool of myself, at least I tried. When you have situations in life when things don't go to plan, you can remind yourself at least you tried. Because things not going to plan is, first of all, it's a sign that you had a plan in the first place, and it's a sign that you tried. And this is going to show up in every part of your life. You want to start a business, but you're like, man, this is harder than I thought. At least you tried. You want to get a 4.0 GPA. You want to raise your grades. At least I tried. You're feeling really sad and you're stressed out and you want to improve your mental health, but it's hard for you to get access to therapy. It's hard for you to get access to coaches and things like that, which is what I help people do. But you consider yourself, at least I'm trying. Like, I may only have $5. And I go down to the dollar store, I get a pen and a journal, and I just write out my feelings. It might not be perfect, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm trying to learn this skill. At least I'm trying to improve my grades. At least I'm trying. And trying is the first step in succeeding. And that success could be as simple as getting the girl's number at the gym. Or it could be as major as you starting a business and becoming a multimillionaire and retiring your parents and living in a Miami penthouse if that's what you want. It could be as big as you getting into Harvard. It could be as big as you becoming a doctor or the first millionaire in your family or things like that. But we also get in our head too much. Unfortunately, it's really easy for people to get in their head, and that's part of what happened earlier. I said to myself, I'm going to go over after this. I'm going to go over when it seems like a good time to go over and talk. But if you just keep sitting around waiting for the right time, you're never going to take action because there is never a perfect time. The perfect time is now. The perfect time is when you know what you want, how to do it, and have the resources available to take some sort of action. When I first started this business and my YouTube channel and all that, I didn't have a webcam. I didn't have a lighting. I didn't have none of that. I just had an iPhone. I didn't even have a tripod. I just had an iPhone and I had this giant park. So what I would do is I would go to the park and I would set my camera on like a bench or a table or something, and I would just record it like that. So if I would have said, no, I'm gonna wait until I have the webcam, I'm gonna wait until I have the office, I'm gonna wait. When everything lined up, then I'll start. But the way you get what you want is by starting. The way you succeed is by trying. The way you get into college is by applying. The way you get a job is by applying. And in order to get anything in this world, you have to apply yourself. That could be as simple as, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. What's yours? And that ultimately leads to a long chain of events where you two are happily married, happily ever after, three kids, white picket fence. It could be that. Or it could be as simple as you submitted your job application, the job said, yes, we want to hire you, and now you have a job. It could be as simple as you sent in your college recommendation letters, and the college said, yes, we want you to be a student here. Or it could have been as simple as I want to learn how to journal. I want to learn how to feel less stressed out. I want to learn how to do these things. So you go on YouTube and you find a tutorial. You book a meeting with me. Links are in the description. And you find the things and the people and the resources that can help you. But it'll never happen if you never start. And if you never try, you can never win. And in the process of trying, it's guaranteed that you will have losses. But the thing that we often think of as a loss, as a fumble, as in it's not good, is actually just evidence of trying. You will never find a successful person who never made a mistake. You will never find someone who's married who never had like a bad breakup. It exists, but it's so absurdly rare that happens. You will never find somebody who just their life has been absolutely perfect in every single way, start to finish. Because in order to have a good life, you have to try. A big problem though that people are often afraid of trying because we worry that what are people going to think of me if I make a mistake? But it's not that you're worried about what other people are going to think about you. It's that you're so worried about what you think about you that you're worried about. I'm so worried about what I think of me. So that must mean that other people are so worried about what they think of me. Nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you. I'll repeat that so it really sets in for you. Nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you to the extent that you do it. Great example of this. So when I was at the gym and I was thinking about going over, part of me was like, what if I go over and she just looks at me crazy? That was actually my thought being projected out into I'm so worried about what I think about me that I'm unknowingly thinking that she must think so much about me when the facts are she has literally never met me before. I'm just a guy at the gym. From her perspective, this is just a guy at the gym. That's it. And if you're so worried about your opinion of yourself, you will do things to try and protect it. And in the process of trying to protect what you think about yourself, you'll unknowingly hold yourself back. An example of this would be I'm so worried about being perfect, right? Let's say this is your opinion. I'm so worried about being perfect and I want to do everything right. Perfectionism. So I'm only going to do things that I know I'll be good at to protect my opinion of myself. Because if I were to fail or I were to get a 95% correct on the test, I will feel bad about myself because it's not perfect. So I'm not going to take hard classes. And because you didn't take hard classes, you can't get into the best colleges because the best colleges want people who went above and beyond. Another example of this I'm so worried about doing everything right that I will never do hard things. So, starting a business is hard. Going and talking to that person you think is cute, it's not hard per se, but it's uncomfortable if you haven't done it enough or if you start overthinking it. Because we will overthink the most simple things because we just didn't go do it. If you want to talk to somebody, and obviously I'm assuming that like you're not in a super crowded place or something. If you want to go talk to somebody, just do it. If you want to start a business, just do it. If you want to study more, just do it. And Obviously, take this with a grain of salt. Don't take this advice out of context. But if the thing you want to do makes sense, try. If you want to get that high paying job, apply. If you want to go to college, apply. If you see somebody in the hallway or class or at the gym or wherever and you think they're cute or handsome and you want to go say something, say, "Hi, my name is blank. What's yours? Hi, where did you get that shirt from? I like your shoes." Whatever. Just figure out something. And the more you try, the better you'll get. And the better you get, the easier it becomes. And the easier it becomes, the more natural you get at it. But you also have to be aware that you'll never be perfect. Nobody is. But it's your imperfections and these things that we label as not right that are actually the best things about you. An example of this is if you listen to my videos after I say this, you'll notice it. I don't speak in proper grammatic English. I say a lot of like slang with such as wanna, gonna, sorta. This is how I talk. I also have like these parts where my voice just goes like up like that and then it just like drops. And this is how I just talk. It's something that a lot of people would say isn't right. It isn't perfect. It isn't good enough. But I'm trying. And you have to pat yourself on the back. You have to be there and not overly judge yourself because if you judge yourself too hard, it stops you from trying in the first place because you're so worried about keeping this perfect idea of yourself in your head. And as you go throughout life, you will change, you'll grow, you'll learn, you'll adapt. Things will become different, not only about your life itself, but about you as a person. And if you're so stuck in this one idea of I'm just this, I'm just in this box, I am the most popular person at my school, I am the least popular person, I am the super handsome guy, I'm the ugly guy, whatever. Whatever box you put yourself in, it built these walls around you. And those walls keep your mind trapped and it traps your opportunities. Because if you say to yourself, oh, she's not going to like me, you'll stop yourself from even talking to her. Oh, this person doesn't want to be my friend, but you haven't ever spoke to them and they've never met you before. You stop yourself from even trying. Oh, that college isn't going to accept me. You stop yourself from even applying. Oh, that job or that opportunity is too good for me. You stop yourself from even trying. But taking it a step further, we stop ourselves from keeping the good things in our life because we say it's too good for me. I don't deserve it. They're too good for me. I have lost track of how many times people have come to me and said that, where they say things like, oh, well, you're too good for me or this or that. I'm not saying this stuff to brag. I'm just saying this like, it's actually kind of sad when people say this because it's like people if you don't think you deserve someone or something, you won't be able to keep it even if that person or thing jumps into your hands. Like I can hand you the best opportunity in the world. I can give you everything you need to succeed. I can give you a step by step plan, but if you believe that you don't deserve it, you won't execute on the plan. You won't stick with it. And this shows up in people's relationships in the way of you'll be dating somebody, but you find yourself saying, oh, they're too good for me. They're going to leave me. They're going to cheat on me. And you start saying all this stuff to yourself because you believe that they believe that you're not good enough. But it's actually that you believe you're not good enough. But rather than admit this, you'll project it onto them. The term for it is projection, actually. It's when you think something so deeply, but you don't want to admit that you think that of yourself. So you say that this person thinks this. of me. And the point I'm getting at is you have to understand your own worth. You have to understand your own value. And you realize this value not only by reflecting on it and saying, like, man, I've come so far in life. I'm doing pretty good. I'm taking action. But the only way to start taking action is to try and try and try and not give up. So I want to close out on this point here. When you're trying, you will inevitably have hard times. Whether you're trying to get this girl's number, whether you're trying to build muscle in the gym, whether you're trying to improve your mental health, whether you're trying to improve your grades, it'll be hard in some way. But if you just keep trying, you'll make progress. And the more progress you make, the better and easier it will become. And the easier it becomes, the more you'll realize that I'm capable. And as you remind yourself that you're capable, you'll start to feel like, man, if I'm able to do this, imagine how much better I'll be in a month, in a year, in a decade. And the more you try, the more possibilities open up to you. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're a podcast host, school principal, or run a youth-focused organization, you can contact me at lawrence@lawrenceharris.com. Or if you would like to purchase my books or get a one-on-one call with me, you can find those in the links in the description. Have a wonderful and fantastic day.